I did pick up slides from my local, I think, shoe show. I got some black Guess slides and they were like $16. Walmart does have some slides that you can definitely use, but unfortunately in the store that I went to, they didn't have any of the black pair, which I wanted, and they didn't have my size. So the shoes that you choose to work with can really vary depending on the color and what you want, so don't focus on that. I picked up these slides because if for some reason it doesn't work out with me making it, I would still wear these and I'd be fine with it, and they weren't that expensive. Like I said, these are just some Guess slides that I got for like $16. I did get the fur from Joann's. I don't know if where you live they have that, but if they don't, you can find stuff like this anywhere. You can buy a yard or more at Walmart of fur, but this was only $2.49 at the Joann's up the street from my house. This is faux fur and it is a 9 by 12 inch slab, or I don't know what you call that. And I picked up some E6000 glue, and I have some popsicle sticks with me just in case this gets really messy. I don't think I'll need it, but I might. And then I have some scissors just to cut the fur. Hey y'all, it's me, Zee Lovee. I'm back with a new video. As you can tell by the title, today I won't be talking about hair. I'll be telling you how to make some fur slides. So I have a plastic bag near me, and I will just put it underneath me just to be safe so it doesn't mess up my kitchen table. I don't know if you'll be able to hear my AC really loudly, but if for some reason it is loud, I'll probably just do a voiceover. So bear with me and let's get started. Okay, so like I said, I have my slide, and I made sure they fit. And I mean, they fit, but they are kind of long. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open up my glue. And I just took these shoes out the box. I haven't worn them at all, so they're clean. But if you have worn the slides that you're gonna work with, I would suggest probably clean them off with alcohol just to be safe. So I guess what I should do first is open the pack up and measure how much fur I'm actually needing. So I'm gonna measure it with it folded because I know I'm gonna have to cut it anyway in half. So I want my slide to go to the edge. I don't want to be stepping on the fur necessarily, but I do want it to be like covered. I don't want you to see the edge of the actual sandal. So I'm thinking from here to here looks good. Okay. Okay, maybe I should measure this out a different way, but I'm not going to. It's all right. I'm gonna fold it, and that way I can just cut both sides at the same time because it's the same size shoe. So let's see. I just folded it in half, and I'm just pairing it up. Okay, yeah, that looks good. That looks good wise, okay. So for me, I have about an inch and a half extra left over. So I'm gonna just go ahead and cut this just so I'm not having to deal with it folded over. And I'm gonna leave just a little extra. I'm gonna leave just a little extra left over just in case I was a little off in my measuring. Okay, so I found some other scissors that might be a little easier to cut with. So like I said, I'm just gonna give myself an extra, yeah, these are much better. I'm just gonna give myself an extra little bit of space to cut it just in case I was off. And I'm just gonna go ahead. Like I said, my shoes are clean, so don't judge me for having them on the table. And if you're right-handed, I know it probably looks very cringeworthy me cutting, but bear with me. So I have about an inch of fur that I've cut off, but I'm gonna save it just in case I need more. And this is the part that will go across. So now I just need to measure. Now I just need to measure the width of the shoe. So lining it up from where I want it to start on both sides. exactly the width it is. And that way it covers a little extra. These shoes fit me good, but I don't want it to like the first stop exactly at the slide. I didn't want it to just stop like that. I wanted to cover my toes just a little bit. Not that I'm trying to hide my toes, but I don't like when it just stops so abruptly. So I'm thinking maybe right here. I think that's a good width. I have to adjust it some because like obviously I'm not holding it well. I'm trying to see if it's too far extra. It looks really good to me. So it would look like that minus the part of extra. I'm actually gonna look at my measuring tape because that might make it a little easier to cut it the second time around. So like I said, you don't have to do this step, but if you think it will help you, you can just measure the width of where you want it to stop on one side to the other side. And I'm going around like the biggest part of the shoe. So for me, that'll be 8 1/4 inches wide. This might help you so that you don't have to like guess and then accidentally cut too little and then now your shoe is skimped. And like I said last time, I'm just gonna go give myself an extra little allowance. So I'm gonna cut 8 1/2 inches onto my fur. That way, like I said, if I was a little off, I don't have to worry about it being too short. Yeah, I don't know why I feel like that. That was very weird. It'll probably be easier if you go from the inside fold towards the middle. That'll probably be the easiest way to do it. And make sure you're measuring from the edge of the cloth and not like the shortest, like the hair itself is sticking out. Because I almost just did that. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna fold it back in half. So I can just do this one time. This much extra, which honestly could be damn near a slide itself for a smaller foot. Okay, so I just trimmed the end of it to make it a little even and just went from there. And then now I'm gonna have to cut it in half to make it 2 pieces, which is gonna be fun. So I cut it in half in the middle. And like I said, when I measured it, I guess width-wise, this way around, I gave myself an extra little allowance just in case I were to mess up the cut a little. I wouldn't have to worry about it being too short. So I'm just going to cut down. And like I said, you're free to, take the fabric, open it up, and just do it one at a time. If you feel like that would work better for you. Whatever you feel like works for you, go for it. And let's see, I'm gonna work with one piece first. I'll do this one side. So since I already have this shoe out, I'll just go ahead and work with this shoe. So I'm just gonna put it on top of it and see how it looks first. Gluing, this is how it would look. And then obviously I would probably trim actually I'm going to trim a lot more of this from the front. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a good extra distance. But when you're measuring, make sure you're measuring from the back part, because right here this goes down further than it does elsewhere. So you gotta measure from there and then cut what's extra, because you don't wanna have that part showing. I mean, if you don't mind it, then don't worry about it. But if you do, like I do, cut it. So I'm just gonna cut just a little extra off the side. So now I'm comfortable with that. I don't know if I'm gonna have my slides going up, down, left, right. I don't know how that's gonna work yet, but I'll figure that out once I actually have it put up there. So now that I have that figured out, I'm going to go ahead and begin getting my glue ready. So I'm gonna take the glue and I'm going to go ahead and start to apply it to my slide. Okay, so you can do this step however you want to. I worked in, I think, 3 sections, but you can do it all in one motion. So I just squeeze it onto the slide. And just kind of smeared it in a little bit. And I'm making sure I'm getting, if your slide has like little indentions, like how mine does, just make sure you're getting it in there too. Because once I put it up there, I'm gonna squeeze it really hard to make sure, you know, it's gonna stick. So that's enough for right now. Try to get all the extra fur that's been cut off, taken out real quick. And then, I'm nervous. I'm nervous, I don't wanna mess up. This is my first time doing this, by the way. I don't know if I ever said that. You're gonna take your sandal and your slide, and you're gonna line it up. Do it gently, just in case you're a little off. So I put mine a little forward, okay. So before I push it down, I'm just gonna check it real quick just to make sure it's where I want it. And it looks like it is. So now that it's up there, I'm going to press down on it. I'm gonna line it up how it's supposed to be and just press down on it. So I'm just gonna press down on it, and I'm actually gonna pull it forward just a little bit in the front. And yeah, I'm gonna pull it down just a little bit in the front. I don't remember how long it says this takes to cure. So you're gonna have to, you're probably gonna have to adjust it. I'm going to, once I have it how I want it, I'm gonna go in with my blow dryer and just try to speed up the process just a little bit, but you don't have to. But I haven't fully covered my slides, so I'm gonna have to go in again anyway. I'm gonna flip over the slide and show the parts of the slide that has not been covered. Okay. Popsicle stick is about to spill forward. So I'm going to use my popsicle stick just to make sure that I'm not spreading it too far forward that it's going to fall onto the actual sole of the shoe. So I'm just going to use this just to hold it from going forward. Okay, so this time around, I'm not gonna squirt all the juice, all the glue forward. I'm going to use a popsicle stick to smear it over because I don't want to go too crazy with the glue and then not have enough for the second one. I'm gonna take the rest of the fur and just continue to lay it. And I'm just gonna squeeze it on both sides and rub it in. See, I got a little on my finger, so I'll just make sure that I'll get to that as I go. I can't tell if I'm getting low on glue or if I'm just being scary about squeezing it out. If you're really confident in your laying skills, you could probably just go ahead and put it on the actual fur and then place it down like that. I wouldn't recommend it, but like I said, this is my first time, so I'm not confident enough to do all that. But if you are, by all means, go for it. And I'm gonna put a little extra right here where this fold stops. Because since it's black, I can't really tell if it's covered or if that's the shoe. Have a little extra on this side because, like I said, the side points down at one part of the shoe, so I'll just trim that off. So first I'm going to focus on, well, yeah, let me go ahead and trim that off. That's a lot. It's actually a whole lot extra on one part. Like I said, I had left an extra seam allowance. Well, not seam allowance, but just a little allowance of extra material just in case when I was cutting this anyway. So it was expected I would have to cut something at some point. So now this side is good. It stops just a little further than where I planned on it having it stop, but it's not bad. I won't be stepping on the fur, which is the main thing I wanted to make sure I wasn't doing. Which I mean, it really doesn't matter if you are, but I just didn't want it to be like that. Okay, and so I'm gonna go on the other side of the shoe and just go in on the very edge just to make sure it's covered. Everybody else made this look way less messy. I swear. Oh, I got a little bit glue on the actual fur. Let me get that off real quick. And then I'm going to go over this little piece of fur that got some glue up there and just try to wipe it off real quick. Push come to shove, if it looks really bad, I'll just cut it a little bit. It's not that big of a deal. For the rest of the video, I'll just be repeating the process, but I'm doing the exact same thing. I have another plastic bag close by, so I'm just going to set this slide on top of that just in case the glue drips or whatever. So I'm gonna clear my space again, and then I'm gonna repeat the whole process again. Start by making sure the sides are covered, because although everything else is important, as long as my sides are covered, I can work around just about everything else. Don't want that. But now that I've took my time and smeared it, I'm just going to lay the cloth down, and I'm going to try my best to not get pieces of fur in the glue. And again, I have to trim some of the extra off the side again. I'm just trimming off the extra fur. On this side, it's like it's right at the edge of the shoe, and I didn't want it that close. So I'm just gonna pull it back just a little bit and trim extra, but not too much. I don't want to disturb the glue too much. I have to work around that later if needed. So this is how this slide came out. I think I'm gonna just like I said, I don't really know which direction I want the fur to go. So I think I'm just gonna kind of ruffle it up and, you know, style it as needed when I'm wearing them. I'll probably wear these today. I'll probably, like I said, I'm gonna give it some time to dry, but I'll probably actually wear these today. I'm doing this like as if I was doing my hair with a sponge. Okay, so here is my final product. This is my final product. This is how it looks from the side. I think this was the last one I did where I said it was a little extra on the side. So I'll probably go in and trim that. And this hair is just brushed down and it's looking long. So I might trim some of the hair on this side of my second slide, and here is the bottom of the other one. Okay, so overall I like how they look. I like how they look, and I'm gonna go ahead in with my blow dryer, and I'm just gonna try to make sure I get the glue settled in. So I hope you like this video. Like I said, some of the things I use, like the tape measure, the popsicle stick, you don't have to necessarily use, but you can. It helped me. This is my very first time, and I just wanted to make sure I did it right. This fur was very inexpensive, so if I would have messed up, I could have easily went and got some more. And Joann's does have other colors. There's actually like a tie-dye pink, white, and blue one, but it costs probably like $4 more. So if you are interested, go on Joann's. If you don't have a Joann's in your area, you can go online. I'll probably put a link to it in the description box if I can find it. If not, I'll have like the description of it. I hope this video was helpful to you because I had fun making it. Overall, it took me about 30 to 40 minutes to make these, but some of that time was me trying to make sure I had a good angle to film and just being extra cautious because I don't want to make a mess. Hope this was helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment below, let me know if you did or if you use any other supplies or anything like that. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.